I can't believe we used to live like this. Today we are counting down things from the past that younger generations will literally never understand. We were the last generation to grow up in a world without the internet in our pockets, and it was insane. Let's do this. The art of the mixtape. Before Spotify, making a playlist was the ultimate challenge, she said. You had to sit by a radio for hours with your finger on the record button, just praying the DJ wouldn't talk over the song. You had exactly 90 minutes on a tape to create a masterpiece. Giving someone a mixtape wasn't just a playlist, it was literally like giving them a piece of your soul. The TV Guide and Appointment Television. You guys will not believe this, but you couldn't binge watch shows, she said. You had to watch your favorite show live or you missed it forever. We had this giant book called a TV Guide, and we would plan our entire week around it. And you couldn't skip the commercials. It was the only time you had to grab a snack. It was crazy. The unreachable generation. Imagine your parents not knowing where you are for hours. No cell phones, no tracking apps, nothing. We just had a house key and were told to be home by dinner. That insane amount of freedom made us super independent in a way that's almost impossible to explain today. The VHS struggle. I'm giving away a car to the first person who can survive this challenge, she joked. Just kidding, but owning a movie on VHS was a huge deal, but the VCR could literally eat the tape at any second. We would record movies off of live TV and try to pause it perfectly to skip the commercials. And there was one rule you could never break behind rewind. The beeper code. Before you could text, we had these insane plastic boxes called beepers, she explained. It was a one-way message, that's it. You get a secret code of numbers that could mean anything from call me now to a crazy inside joke. Then you had to find a payphone and use real quarters just to call them back. Riding shotgun with the CD binder. Going on a road trip today is easy, but back then the person in the passenger seat was the DJ, he reminisced. But instead of a phone, they had this massive binder filled with hundreds of CDs. There was no algorithm, you just had to flip through pages and pages, praying the car didn't hit a pothole and make your favorite song skip. The agony of film development. Taking a picture was the biggest gamble ever. You had exactly 24 photos on a roll of film and you couldn't even see them. Then you had to wait an entire week for the photo store to develop them. Opening that envelope to see if your pictures turned out was more intense than any video game boss battle. I bet we missed some insane things. In the comments below, tell me one thing from your childhood that would blow Gen Z's mind. From spending hours making the perfect mixtape to literally disappearing all day, these things were wild. We were caught between two completely different worlds, and honestly, it was the most epic way to grow up.